So I've covered the top tips, and these are the biggest mistakes that you should be avoiding. Number 1, touching the camera. Now this is a biggie, and it's kind of really exciting when you do your time lapse and you sort of want to see the results and see how it's looking. But by doing that, you might turn the camera off, you might nudge the camera, so like footage goes all wobbly and you can't use it. So yeah, as tempting as it may be, just don't touch the camera. Number 2, not charging your batteries. And this again is something that I've fallen victim to many times. I've not really checked my batteries, or I've just assumed they're all fully charged. I sort of set up my time lapse, go away, come back half an hour later, realise it's died halfway through, and I've just wasted kind of like an hour or 2 of my evening. So yeah, it's super easy to avoid, but yeah, just make sure that you're always charging your batteries and you kind of know what their status is before you're using them. Number 3, shooting in JPEG, and this is a common mistake. People want to keep the file sizes down, which I understand, but what this does is just kind of shoots yourself in the foot, and you can't really do anything to JPEGs in post compared to a RAW image. So yeah, just shoot in RAW, that's the law. Number 4, setting the wrong interval, and this is where you kind of have your intervals too fast and the camera can't keep up. And basically what that means is you're going to lose frames, you're also going to have kind of jumpy footage where you're going to have different intervals. So yeah, you can avoid this by just setting, or doing some tests and figuring out what your camera buffer speed is. And number 5 is not checking the weather, and this is a simple one, but there's nothing worse than being soaking wet. So yeah, just do your due diligence and just check the weather. Another common mistake is on my time-lapse rig. So I've got it hanging off the edge of a building, and you always want to make sure for safety reasons that it's kind of like heavily secure. So you always make sure that I put a sandbag on it and kind of weigh it down. Another mistake is not acclimatizing your kit, and I did this mistake myself. I was in the Arctic Circle filming the Northern Lights. There was a campfire. I thought I'll warm up my camera, kind of sat around it. Then the Northern Lights came out and everyone rushed out to kind of film these lights. And within about 10 minutes, the whole camera just completely froze up. And yeah, I couldn't film anything for the rest of the night, so that was a bit of a bummer.